left arm, kind of. And then it got that off eventually, and it swam. Well, I don't know if it swam away, but I was able to move, and I got out of the water with the help of my cousin.
Now, there was another victim, the family of the 12-year-old, speaking out as well. She also lost an arm in another attack. We certainly wish them the best.
And her family says she is expected to be able to keep one of her legs, which was also injured in the attack. Well, there may be some confused air travelers in the Midwest thanks to a prankster looking for a good laugh.
This is one of the better pranks you will ever see. Mark Gubin is his name. He spelled out the words, "Welcome to Cleveland." Spelled it on his roof in big, bold, white letters. The sign, clearly visible from planes, for planes, if you're flying overhead. Yeah, that's a good shot of it, right? If you're flying to the nearby airport. So, what's the prank? He actually lives in Milwaukee. And it says, "Welcome to Cleveland," more than 400 miles away from Cleveland.
You know, he's a 62-year-old artist. He has a great sense of humor, and he says he did it for fun. How did he get to the top of that roof is what he wonders. How do you get up there?
I love this. But there's some places you fly into, you don't know where you're flying. You look down, like, wait a minute, what's going on?
No landmarks, right?
Yes, well, I'm not a fan, but I know many of you just love those cat videos online. They're okay. Some of them are good, but some of them,
But researchers now say that the emotional effect of watching those videos far more reaching than you might think. They say watching can actually boost energy and positive emotions, Tej.
That's my problem, man.
That's the problem.
I need more
Now
cat
we
videos.
figured it out.
Okay.
And the researchers found that even if people procrastinate a moment while watching those videos, they're actually better able to take on tough times afterwards.
See,
You gotta watch the cat video before coming on the air.
There it is.
I'll cue them up for you before.
Thank you.
Finally, a video that hits close to home for anyone in our business who's done a live report. Sometimes the public can't really help themselves when the camera's off.
Yeah, case in point, guy who ran out the door. He's watching TV with his friends. He sees a live report, and that's outside his place. The reporter's staying right outside, and then there he is. Seconds later, there he is. Okay, running through the back of the live shot. Arms raised in victory. Went back through it as well.
You know,
Why not?
It could have been worse. He could have been streaking live on national television.
Or he could have been making an obscene gesture. He was just excited to get on TV.
Yeah. Give him his room.
Yes.
For some of you, your local news is next.
For everybody else, don't ruin our shot here.
Marge! Get up, Marge.
I'm sorta Marge. We both drive a stick, we both like saving money on car insurance, and we both feel integrity, such as that of healthcare in the America of the U.S. And therefore, yes, thank you.
No, please, stop!
Sorta you isn't you. Start with a quote from Esurance and get a set of discounts personalized to you, not someone sorta like you. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Defiance is in our bones. New Citrical Pearls. Delicious berries and cream. Soft, chewable, calcium plus vitamin D. Only from Citrical.
Ready to leave sticky sunscreens behind? New Neutrogena Cool Dry Sport. Micromesh technology lets sweat pass through and evaporate, so skin stays comfortable while clinically proven protection stays on. New Cool Dry Sport. Neutrogena.
Morning, beautiful.
What's this?
It's Silk Vanilla Almond Milk. 2 out of 3 people prefer it over milk on their cereal.
This does taste better than milk.
Welcome to the popular table. Or not.
Welcome back, Ford. It's great to see you.
Style is important to us, but it's important to him.
Morgan, his groomer, knows how to make him look good. Other dogs just admire
Doing
him.
this like you see dogs are like.
The doggy double take.
Pethood's better with a partner. Now you can book appointments with our groomers online at PetSmart.com.
What if the world is a blank canvas and our imagination the brush? We would use only the most vibrant colors, the most dramatic strokes, creating a world of endless expression and endless possibilities. Creating a world like Grand Rapids, where every day is a work of art and the inspiration is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. We've made it to the middle of the week. It's June 17th. I'm Morgan Dean. Good morning, Richmond. Just ahead in 2 minutes. And the big stories that we're following for you this morning. An attempted robbery on Richmond's south side turns into a police chase and then into a foot chase. We've got the latest on the search for the would-be robbers. Why did the Commonwealth's attorney decide not to charge the ABC and the agents involved in the Martise Johnson bloody arrest in Charlottesville? Well, He is scheduled to hold a news conference today to explain his decision. Evan Armour has a look at what's happening coming up in the day ahead. And is there a conflict of interest for the judge in the Hannah Graham murder case? Jesse Matthew Jr.'s attorneys say there is. We'll tell you what the basis is for that complaint. That's all ahead. Amanda?
Developing right now, no more trans fats. The FDA says companies need to remove all trans fats from foods within 3 years. We have the latest on the big change. And we're in the dog days of summer already. How to save on your AC bill as things heat up outside. And the championship game is over. If you didn't stay up, we have all the highlights for you as the Golden State Warriors took home the big win. Matt?
All right, time now to talk about forecasting. Boy, it was a hot one yesterday. We hit 99. Today, well, a few degrees cooler, like 92. Right now, it is a muggy one out there, a little bit of a breeze. Our Virginia One Memorial camera showing a nice shot. Here's the temperature. You're looking at current, oh, I'm sorry, the temperatures are not available. Forgot there's some work being done at all of the Richmond reporting stations, at least the major airports. It's 75 as of last check. I can dial in and get that for you. We're talking about right now some high, thin clouds across the region. The green you're seeing out towards Charlottesville, not really hitting the ground. That's just kind of erroneous bad stuff, as we say. But look back towards Cincinnati, St. Louis. That is some rain there. Unfortunately, that's not coming to us. And again, we could use some rain. I know some of you had some storms last night. Again, not really seeing anything significant anytime soon other than those scattered afternoon storms that could provide some quick, heavy downpours. Here's a look at the temperatures. 74 out in Short Pump, 74 Ashland, 77 Rockville, Glen Allen, 75. We're looking at 71 in Winterpock, 72 Pocahontas State Park, and 74 in Colonial Heights. Your forecast for today, hazy and muggy this morning. We're 75 right now. Look at the 8 a.m. temperature, 77. A warm one, 86 at the lunch hour. We're going to top out at 92. Full forecast straight ahead on Good Morning Richmond, 30 seconds away.
When you're seriously hurt, there's a lot on the line. The insurance company may try to downplay your injury or offer you less than what you may need. The wrong decision here may affect you for the rest of your life. This is serious business.
That's why I called Marks & Harrison.
The sooner you act, the better.
And there was no fee unless I won my case.
Tell them you mean business. Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1. Marks & Harrison, right now.
Good morning, Richmond, where the weather comes first.
Good Morning Richmond starts now.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Good Morning Richmond. I'm Morgan Dean. Amanda is back.
Good to be back. I'm Amanda Malkowski. We'll get to all your stories in just a moment, but we always start with the weather, so let's head over to Matt. Did I hear thunder last night?
You did.
But
that shocked me.
You had to look at the rain when it was like off the ground, because when it hit my driveway yesterday, it flashed into steam. I don't think my driveway ever got wet. It literally turned into steam. It was so hot yesterday.
It was a scorcher yesterday. 99 yesterday is what we got to. 92 today. I mean, we have not been out of the 90s since last Friday. And looking at the 8-day forecast, we're not out of the 90s, the frying pan style weather, all the way through next week. The record today, 99, set back in 1944. We have 75 right now, Glen Allen, looking at 70 in Mechanicsville, mid-70s in Short Pump and Montpelier, and 77 in Rockville. In Chesterfield County, we're looking at 74 in Woodlake, 70 over toward the Richmond Zoo and Mosley. How about Matoaka, right near the high school, 71, and Colonial Heights at 74. Satellite picture showing a few thin clouds overhead. Really no concerns weather-wise for today. We are looking okay. Hazy sunshine at 8 o'clock and 77. Kind of very warm to hot at the lunch hour, 86 and climbing. We'll hit a high today of 92 as we saw, but we still can't rule out the risk of a few scattered storms this afternoon and evening. They will be few and far between, but if you are fortunate enough to get one, you will have a quick, heavy downpour. 4:31 now. Time for your news. Let's go back over to Morgan and Amanda.
Breaking news now.
This just in, Richmond police looking for 2 men in connection to an armed robbery and chase. That robbery happened off Jeff Davis Highway and Terminal Avenue overnight on the Richmond South Side. We're told the victims told police the suspects approached them and one person pulled out a gun. The suspects got away in a vehicle, which then led to a chase. They then crashed that car on Royal Street and Lynn Haven Avenue. They then fled on foot. Now, canine units were called in to track them down, but so far they have not found the would-be robbers. If you have any information about this crime, call Crime Stoppers this morning. Well, happening today, we expect to learn more about the evidence behind the decision to drop all those charges against UVA student Martise Johnson. It's been about a week since Johnson walked out of a Charlottesville courtroom a free man.
8 News reporter Evan Armour is following that story for us this morning. And Evan, this information people have been waiting to hear today, wanting to know how they came to this decision.
It is, Amanda, really since his arrest back in March. And a little later today, the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney in Charlottesville will be giving a presentation that should uncover some answers to a lot of those questions. You'll remember this case gained widespread attention after Johnson's bloodied arrest by ABC officers outside a Charlottesville pub was captured on camera and spread on social media. But just last week, we learned Commonwealth's Attorney Dave Chapman decided to drop the charges against Johnson. Those were obstruction of justice without force and public intoxication or swearing. Chapman says he made that move after seeing the results of an investigation into the arrest. He also says those findings do not warrant charges against the ABC officers in question. That is the evidence that we're expecting to hear later on today at that event. The news conference is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and of course, we'll let you know what happens there. Morgan and Amanda?
All right, thank you very much, Evan. 4:33 now. The trial for a former Richmond pastor continues today in Texas.
The prosecution began to present its case against Geronimo Aguilar yesterday, calling one of the alleged victims to the stand. But before all that got underway, a hearing on that subpoena, our own 8 News investigator Carrie O'Brien was served by Aguilar's defense team. The judge granted 8 News its motion to squash that subpoena, allowing Carrie to stay in the courtroom and cover the trial.
Now, during Tuesday's testimony, one of the alleged victims told the jury the former Richmond pastor began touching her inappropriately when she was just 11 years old. The alleged victim testified her parents allowed Aguilar, her youth pastor at the time, to live with her family, even share a bedroom with her, and she claims the touching turned to sex when she turned 13.
I was laying in my bed and Geronimo came in and we had sex for the first time.
Aguilar maintains that he's innocent. During opening statements, we learned the former pastor will testify in the case. The trial resumes this morning at 10 o'clock.
8 News investigator Carrie O'Brien is the only Richmond reporter in that courtroom. She'll be calling us to talk about that case within the next hour here, so stay with us. Of course, Carrie will be following all the latest developments throughout the entire trial. You can stay up to speed both on air and online.
New this morning, Jesse Matthew Jr. wants a new judge presiding over the Hannah Graham trial. His attorney filed a motion on Tuesday to recuse Judge Cheryl Higgins on grounds that her daughter attends UVA. Judge Higgins says her daughter did attend a memorial service for Hannah Graham, but she did not know if she knew Hannah Graham. Jesse Matthew is charged with Hannah Graham's death. A hearing is scheduled for June 25th in Albemarle County. A trial date has not yet been set. Well, new information surrounding the murder of Richmond mom Katasha Johnson. Her boyfriend, now a person of interest in the case. David Rios was living with Johnson and her 3 children when she disappeared this month. She dropped her 1-year-old daughter off at daycare and then never showed up to work. Johnson's remains were found at a junkyard just down the street. Rios is behind bars on 3 counts of simple assault for something that happened at the home, but police say it's unrelated to her murder and disappearance. Dario?
The death toll from the deadly balcony collapse near the UC Berkeley campus now stands at 6. 7 others were seriously hurt Monday night. Students gathered for a 21st birthday party when the balcony gave way. Many of the students were visiting from Ireland. Authorities say the weight limit on the balcony was 3,000 pounds, and the students would have had to weigh 230 pounds each to reach that. Experts are now looking into construction of the balcony because it wasn't even 10 years old, and they say dry rot may have weakened the wooden joints if they weren't properly sealed.
Hard to look at that scene there. Well, the 16-year-old seriously hurt after being attacked by a shark in North Carolina's coast this weekend is telling his side of what happened. Hunter Treschel is awake and is still in the hospital this morning. He says he felt the shark before he saw it and didn't realize what it was until it started biting him.
I didn't see it coming. Like I said, I felt it on my leg. And then I saw it once it had attacked my arm because it was out of the water a little bit.
A 12-year-old girl from Asheboro, North Carolina, was also attacked. She was bitten so badly near an Oak Island pier that she lost part of her left arm and suffered a serious leg injury. She is listed in good condition this morning. Now, in Virginia, we did some checking for you. There have only been 5 reported shark attacks between 1873 and 2014. Only one of them was fatal. Experts say many shark attacks happen when a shark mistakes a human for a fish, not because they're targeting the human as food. To stay safe, don't swim in the morning or evening when sharks feed or around fishing piers where they may be hunting because of some of the bait that's falling back into the water there. Things to think about. Well, the man accused of stabbing an elderly couple in their Sussex home, he is arrested here in Richmond. Officials spotted Maxim Chisholm driving the couple's stolen SUV near 18th and O Streets yesterday afternoon. An officer pulled him over and took him into custody. Chisholm was wanted for 2 counts of attempted murder. The pastor and his wife are still in the hospital right now. A GoFundMe account's been set up to help them with medical bills. We'll link you there on our website, WRIC.com.
Imagine living with no AC on one of the hottest days of the year. Residents at Petersburg East Apartments called 8 News for help. Some say even when maintenance workers show up, it doesn't make a difference. One worried woman sent her 5-year-old daughter away to stay with other family.
So I called y'all because of the fact I have a 5-year-old daughter and it be 99 degrees in here and it's too hot to not have no air.
Man, oh man, was it hot. Employees in the leasing office told 8 News to call a corporate number. We called several times and left messages, but no one has responded. A dog in Henrico is dead after being locked outside in a hot crate Saturday. Walter Wilson is charged with animal cruelty in the death of a 17-month-old pit bull he owned. A vet determined the dog died from heat exposure. Wilson faces up to a year in jail and a $2,500 fine if he's found guilty. Wilson was convicted of a similar crime back in 2011. Remember, it is warm out there with your pets. Inside or in somewhere cool, and
or at least give them water. You got to have water out there for them so they can cool off if they are going to be outside. But wow, just so extremely hot out there, Matt, and we haven't even really officially hit summertime yet.
We have not. That begins Sunday at about 12:38. We've now had 12 days of 90 or better, with 3 of them, including yesterday, at 95 or higher. We hit 99 yesterday, and again, that's a pretty quick turnaround. 41 days is what we normally see of 90 or better here in Richmond. So keep in mind, we are already starting the trend for a very hot summer. 79 degrees is what you can expect if you're going out to swim team practice this morning. I know some of you had some meets last night. Others, you had the thunder, and it either delayed the meet or postponed it until another night. So, again, if you have meets tonight, kind of making it up, or maybe a brand new meet, good luck. 81 degrees at 10 a.m., 84 at 11 o'clock. The water getting a little steamy in the pools. UV index at 11. You could burn within a matter of minutes. Make sure you have a high sunblock on, at least 20 or better, maybe 30 or better, be good for you. Ashland at 74, Glen Allen at 74. Downtown right now, Math Science Innovation Center, 75. We're 74 in Short Pump. 70 out toward the Hampton Park area around Winterpark Elementary School. We're looking at 72 at the Pocahontas State Park, 74 Colonial Heights. Mid-70s Whitestone to Hartfield, Deltaville at 76. Croker right now at 78. Same with the Coast Guard Station out by Yorktown. 74 in Stony Creek. Purdy at 71. And as you look back toward James River State Park, 74. And we're sitting at 70 in Remington. Just a few thin clouds rolling through right now. Not really going to see much in the way of bad weather today at all. It's the same old, same old. We're talking sunshine, hot, humid, 92. Chance of a late day storm, 95 tomorrow. And we continue with temperatures in the mid-90s as we go into your Friday, Saturday, and even Father's Day Sunday. Back over to you.
All right. Boy, is it hot out there.
For sure.
All right. We've got plenty more news still ahead here on Good Morning Richmond.
The FDA making some big changes by removing trans fat from all the foods out there. We'll tell you what this means for you.
And the U.S. women's soccer team headed to the World Cup. We have the latest on last night's win that helped them get there. You're watching Good Morning Richmond on 8 News, covering news where you live.
Jackson Ward, Glen Allen, and Montpelier. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a moment. It's 4:41 now.
Ex-Dr. Phil, from living large to living in his parents' garage.
You're not working.
I'm on unemployment.
You sleep all day.
He's working, and you're not? What is wrong with you people?
Today at 4 on WRIC TV 8.
Right now at Pence Nissan, get up to 25% off MSRP on every new Nissan in stock. That's right, up to 25% off every new Nissan, only at Pence Nissan. Pence Nissan.
Pay less at Pence. Buy smart at iMart Express.
I love being able to buy and wear my glasses the same day. Why would anybody wait 2 weeks?
2 pairs start at $38.71 and 2 pairs with progressive lenses just $76.92.
I got 2 pair with progressive lenses, and they were ready before I could finish my lunch.
They have lots of choices at great prices. And oh, my glasses are ready. Buy smart at iMart Express.
Right now, there is no more challenging and exciting place than healthcare. And right now, you can advance your career in nursing by completing your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at South University's College of Nursing and Public Health. Right now, we are accepting those who hear the call to serve, those who have a passion for joining other dedicated healthcare practitioners. Right now, you can find your future in nursing. So call or visit us online right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Days like this are getting harder to find. We're long on life, but short on time. When I get a chance to kick back and unwind, I live for Myrtle Beach days. Myrtle Beach days got blue in the sky, not a care in the air, ocean breeze blowing by, just sitting on the sand, soaking up the sunshine. I live for Myrtle Beach days.
Our Drive and Discover sales event continues here at Crossroads Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Prince George. And that means huge discounts on every new car, truck, sport utility, and minivan in stock. In fact, these are our biggest discounts this year. Save up to $6,000 on a new 2015 Dodge Journey. Take $5,000 off a new 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Take $3,000 off and 0% for 60 months on a new 2015 Dodge Dart. Come in today or shop us online at CrossroadsCJD.com. If you're looking for big discounts and the lowest monthly payments, then come see us today. Crossroads Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
Some law firms advertise that they want to represent people with serious injuries.
McEachin & G believes that whether it's a neck or back strain,
or whether you've lost a limb or the life of a loved one,
It is serious, and the insurance company and your attorney should take it just as seriously.
at McEachin & G, every case for every client matters.
Let the experience, the personal attention, and the caring of McEachin & G represent you with your personal injury.
Right now at Pence Nissan, get up to 25% off MSRP on every new Nissan in stock. That's right, up to 25% off every new Nissan, only at Pence Nissan. Pence Nissan.
Pay less at Pence.
Your treatment plan should focus on keeping your body strong so you can fight your cancer without ever missing a beat. That's the power of integrative therapies. The evolution of cancer care is here. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Ultimate guide to eliminate your most irritating #woman problems.
Pesky shoe blisters to lower back pain and headache.
It's like an army marching on top of my head.
You got it all covered.
All new Oz.
Today at 3 on TV8.
8 News, Storm Tracker weather first.
Welcome back. Your time right now, 4:45. You're watching Good Morning Richmond on 8 News. Storm Tracker weather first, taking a live look outside from our Rockets landing camera here at the city skyline. A little bit hazy, no surprise. It's been so warm out there. That'll have a full check on the forecast and let us know if we'll be back in the 90s today. Dario?
The women's team is moving on to the World Cup. They defeated Nigeria 1-0 last night to clinch the top spot in the Group D. The game was scoreless before halftime when midfielder Megan Rapinoe sent a corner kick into the box and connected with Amy Wambach, who put it in the back of the net. Team USA's next game is Monday, June 22nd at 8 p.m. Their opponent is yet to be determined, but that is some good news for the Team USA.
Cool. And as we talked about yesterday, they just had to stay what? They could have lost the game, but they couldn't lose by more than 2 goals, and they didn't go there. They went the other direction, so congratulations to them.
All right.
We're going to be watching.
Yes, we will. Team USA, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, well, news where you live in Richmond. VCU is asking the General Assembly for money for 3 campus projects. They include a new centralized building for the School of Allied Health Professions, expanding the School of Engineering, and expanding labs for science departments. A House committee toured the campus Tuesday to take a look at those proposals. Stay with 8 News for updates.
Well, all month long, it's Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Right now, an estimated 5.3 million Americans are living with disease, and that number is expected to increase in coming years. Many of you may not realize it, but Virginia is a commission charged with making sure the state's prepared to care for folks living with Alzheimer's as well as their loved ones. Coming up this Friday, we've got a look at new work being done here in the Commonwealth that would transform dementia care. Now, Friday, you can also join 8 News as we, in honor of Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, wear purple. So pull out your purple, put it on, post pictures online. You can use the hashtag that's there on our screen, ENDALZ, and show folks that you are in support of all that as well. So join the 8 News team with the purple on this Friday.
Hey, purple's one of our favorite matching colors anyway.
It is.
We do match every day.
We do like the purple.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
a good
good
one for us.
Absolutely.
We're really in sync with the purple, Matt, and for a good cause, Friday.
For a good cause, absolutely. So join us, wear that purple, support the cause, and let's end Alzheimer's. Here's what's happening today. 92 degrees is your forecast high. We hit 99 yesterday. It was one shy of the record. It's exactly what we thought would happen. Today, 99 is your record. No shot at hitting that. Well, we're going to be in the 90s for the foreseeable future, at least through the next 8 days. Scattered thunderstorms each afternoon. Yeah, and the humidity still running high. And if you're fortunate enough to get one of those thunderstorms, you'll have a quick, heavy downpour. Some of you had it yesterday. Grass pollen is the only pollen causing a problem for the next foreseeable future. 5.0 is what we're running on our scale of 0 to 12 here. So kind of just into that yellow area. Next couple of days, by the way, we are expecting that to go down. We're starting to come to the end of the grass pollen season. Short Pup, good morning. Montpelier, good morning. Both at 74, 73 in the near West End. Macon Sabbath right now, you're at 72. We're 75 downtown and 73 in Ashland. Colonial Heights at 74, not bad over toward Matoaka High School and Pocahontas State Park, both at 71, but it is rather humid out there. The satellite picture showing a few thin clouds trying to come on in. Big area of rain back towards Cincinnati, really not going to get to us anytime soon. And then we look back into Texas. We talked about this yesterday. That is the remnants of Tropical Storm Bill, which came on shore at about 11:30 yesterday morning local time here, about 10:30 there. And again, a good deal of rain throughout portions of Texas. Look at the feeder moisture now coming on in, so another period of rain for central Texas, not what those folks need. We could use some rain, and outside of some scattered storms, we don't really have any. 77 degrees at 8 o'clock, pushing up to around 86 at the lunch hour. Sunshine this morning, partly sunny into the afternoon, and maybe that scattered storm. As we said, your high today, 92. Quick check of Futurecast. A few thin clouds at 9 a.m. No real weather concerns as we go into the afternoon. Once we get into the later afternoon, as I said, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, the chance of a few scattered thunderstorms, but once the sun sets, yeah, those diminish quickly. Tomorrow, well, we're back in the mid-90s, and we're staying there for Friday. Low to mid-90s over the weekend, and even mid-90s next week. You're watching Good Morning Richmond. We will be right back.
Searching for a gym to get your best workout? Your search is over. Just join Victory Lady. We have state-of-the-art fitness equipment and classes. Get started today on our summer special. 3 months for $59. Get in and get fit.
Summertime is here, and so are the deals at Pence Subaru. Get a 2015 Subaru Forester for just $199 a month. That's right, $199 a month for a brand new Forester. Pence Subaru. Pay less at Pence.
The love you feel for your aging parent is a blessing, but helping with their needs can leave you with little time for anything else. Riverside PACE can help. Riverside PACE is a program that helps adults age 55 and over live safely and independently in their own homes. We provide one stop for your loved one's physical and social health, plus safe, caring activities in our day centers near you. Riverside PACE is here to help in our community, and your loved one may even qualify for services at no cost. Call Riverside PACE today. PACE is a program of the Commonwealth of Virginia. math.
There are a lot of car dealers that talk about volume, but if you're really going to be a volume dealer, you have to be willing to make the deals that others just won't, and that's just what we do here at Crossroads. Like a new 2015 Ford Escape at up to $7,000 off MSRP, or lease it for only $181 a month. Or how about a new 2015 F-150 starting at $7,500 off MSRP, or get a 24-month lease starting at just $225 a month. I know you've been thinking about a new Ford, and the time to act is right now. Stop putting it off and come see me, Will Nichols, the general manager, and see for yourself, or start your shopping online at crossroadsofva.com.
Our client was at fault, and the victim called a lawyer.
Well, that was a bad accident.
We're not inclined to pay. Dig up everything you can. Try to stall. No lost wages. No medical bills. What?
They called the law offices of Marks and Harrison.
I hate those guys.
Call 1-800-WIN-WIN-1. Marks and Harrison, right now.
Who's responsible for this?
If something goes wrong, you find a scapegoat.
Rick.
It's what you do.
What'd you say? Uh-oh.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Rick, don't walk away from me.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. Over 1,000 truckloads of living room furniture. 7-piece living room groups that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces from only $398 complete. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Come to the loading docks this weekend only at American Freight in Richmond at 9700 West Broad. Phone 346-4444. That's 346-4444.
Summertime is here, and so are the deals at Pence Subaru. Get a 2015 Subaru Forester for just $199 a month. That's right, $199 a month for a brand new Forester. Pence Subaru.
Pay less at Pence. The one thing we all have in common is working against the clock, right? Well, Victory Lady has the perfect workout class that'll fit into your schedule. Get started today on our summer special, 3 months for $59. Get in and get fit.
This is the Town Bank logo, a symbol of who we are and what we believe. To us, a bank is about much more than money. A bank is about helping businesses, supporting individuals, and strengthening the community of Richmond. Town Bank, a frankly different bank.
We are back now at 4:53 with your Storm Tracker weather first. A live look at the city skyline there from our Rockets landing camera. As you can see, a bit hazy out there. Not quite as hot as it was yesterday, but muggy for sure. It's going to be warm, a tad bit cooler if you consider lower 90s. Lower 90s cooler, so we will see. We've got your full forecast with Matt coming up in just a couple of moments. Let's go to Matt now. We can't wait. Matt.
Come on, we love the heat. We love the humidity. 90 degrees is our, 12 of them. We've had 12 days of 90 or better. How great is that? Are you excited? I know some of you are, some of you not. And yesterday is now our 3rd day where we've hit better than 95 across the region this morning. Well, here's what we have going on. 74 Glen Allen. We're 75 downtown Math Science Innovation Center. 70 out in Mechanicsville. Short Pump looking at 74. Woodlake 70. Richmond Zoo out toward Mosley. You're looking at 70. Matoaca High School, sitting about 71. Overall, things are relatively quiet. Let's put this into a stop here and show you what's going on. First of all, we have an area of showers and some thunder showers back towards St. Louis, and then down toward the south. You do note we do have an area of rain in portions of Texas. That is a system that'll be bringing us maybe some extra moisture over the weekend, giving us a better chance of late day storms. Today, though, 77 at 8 o'clock. How about 86 at noon? High today, 91 with the chance of late day storms. More in a few minutes. Let's go back over to Amanda now.
All right, Matt, thanks. New this morning, for the first time in 7 years, birth rates in the U.S. have increased. A new government report says about 53,000 more babies were born last year. Births were up for nearly every racial and ethnic group. Meanwhile, teen birth rates hit a historic low, and there were fewer C-sections and preterm deliveries. Morgan?
4:55 now, when the temperature goes up, your energy bill doesn't have to. We've got to look at a few ways you can save money while still beating the heat, something we all need to do. Experts say the most important way to save on your cooling bill is to change out that smelly gunked up air filter. This helps your unit run more efficiently. And if you need to cook, use the microwave or toaster oven instead of the big oven. They use less energy than the oven and will keep the room cooler for you. Something to think about, Dario.
Most definitely, and say goodbye to trans fat. The FDA is calling them a general threat to the public and ordering manufacturers to remove them from every product by 2018. Companies can petition the FDA for a special permit to use artificial trans fats. Several things will happen after these fats disappear. The FDA says it could prevent 20,000 heart attacks and 7,000 deaths from heart disease every year. Another benefit, a better memory. Those who ate a diet full of trans fats scored lower on memory and thinking tests than others. And you could be happier. A study finds those who ate more trans fats had a 48% higher risk of depression. And you probably consume other fats in place of trans fats, but you'll never know it. And they'll be natural rather than synthetic. Now, the best part, you probably won't even notice a difference. A study of New York City's restaurant trans fat ban found most didn't even notice they weren't eating trans fats. Back to you guys.
Developing now, one of the most successful baseball teams in the major leagues is being investigated by the FBI and the Justice Department for allegedly hacking another team's computers. The St. Louis Cardinals are accused of stealing information about players, trades, scouting reports, and more from the Houston Astros. The Astros discovered the breach last year after someone posted 10 months worth of secret data online.
The general manager of the Astros used to work for the Cardinals, and the FBI investigation has found that some folks that he didn't get along with at the Cardinals were upset that he had taken basically the idea of building this computer network with the Astros that was similar to one that was at the Cardinals.
Talk about holding a grudge. Cardinals officials are believed to have examined passwords used by the Astros general manager when he was in St. Louis and used them to gain access to the Houston system. Major League Baseball's commissioner says the league is cooperating with the investigation there. Interesting.
Very interesting investigation. Well, 4:58 now. It's a party in San Francisco this morning as the city celebrates the Golden State Warriors' first championship in 40 years. Game 6 was on the road in Cleveland for the Warriors, but fans packed their home arena to watch the game. There were even huge crowds outside, too. LeBron James had another amazing game, scoring 32 points, grabbing 18 rebounds, and dishing out 9 assists, but just wasn't enough. MVP Steph Curry and Game 5 hero Andre Iguodala combined for 50 points, leading the Warriors to a 105-87 victory. Iguodala was named the surprise MVP of the series, and we do have to say congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. This pretty big thing.
First time. Yeah.
40 years, 4 decades it took to do that.
But I think some folks in Cleveland are not so happy this morning.
Well, I think they decided it was probably a rebuilding season right before the playoffs started, don't you think? They hoped, but probably a rebuilding season. So
LeBron is back. They have another chance.
They still have LeBron this morning. That's the good news.
All right. Well, we have much more news still ahead here on Good Morning Richmond.
Here's some of the stories you'll see coming up during our 5 o'clock show today. An attempted robbery in the city leads to a police chase, and then a car crash, and then a foot chase. This morning, the suspects are still on the run.
And testimony underway in the sex abuse trial of former rock pastor Geronimo Aguilar. And 8 News is the only local station with a reporter in the courtroom. Evan?
And today, the Commonwealth's attorney in Charlottesville will be making a presentation about the Martise Johnson case. What we expect to learn there, still ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Evan. Almost 5 o'clock now on your Wednesday morning. We got to talk to Matt about these temperatures again. It's going to be a little bit cooler today, little bit cooler, but we're staying in the 90s. Yesterday was sweltering.
Really hot.
If you were out on the pavement for even 2 minutes, you felt like you were in a pizza oven.
Yeah. And when it's this humid, a couple degrees, you barely even feel it.
Yeah, you really don't notice the difference between 97 and 99. It doesn't make a difference. 92 today with a light northerly breeze. It'll still be humid. Yeah, the record today, 99, set back in 1944. No shot at hitting that. 74, Glen Allen, good morning. 73, Regency Square Mall. 71, Stony Point Fashion Park, Northern Chesterfield County. We're looking at 74 in Short Pump. We have 70 in Matoaca, 74 Colonial Heights, around 70 for the Richmond Zoo, out toward Mosley and Skin Quarter, and not bad at Winter Park Elementary School, the Hampton Park, Harper's Mill area, all at 70 degrees. Well, the high thin clouds are just kind of streaming on in. No weather worries for today at all. Just a few thin clouds this morning, otherwise sunny, hazy sunshine, 77 7 and 8 o'clock. Very warm today. Lunchtime temperature 86. We'll top out at 92. And I guess there could be some scattered storms later this afternoon. They'll be few and far between, but if you get them, watch out for a quick, heavy downpour. We had some storms yesterday. Were you tracking them with us on the 8 News Storm Tracker Weather app? Why not? It's free. Download it in your iTunes Store and Google Play. Just search 8 News. 5:01, let's go over to Tim and talk about your morning commute.
All right, good morning, Matt. Good morning, everybody at home. Let's get outside, get a check on those roadways. A few traffic alerts for you involving some work zones that are up right now. The first is on Route 1, north and southbound. This is just north of Parham Road in Henrico County. 2 lanes closed in either direction due to some road maintenance work going on there for about another hour, wrapping up at 6 a.m. Heading further south, a pair of work zones on 288. The first here off the ramp from Poway onto 288. That's closed. The left lane there as well due to paving operations until around 7 o'clock. Also 288 southbound south of Hull Street Road. Right lane closed there due to some more paving, and that wraps up at 6 o'clock. Live look outside here, I-95 at Lombardi. You got north-southbound lanes all looking okay this morning as you're just getting into the 5 o'clock hour. Of course, we really don't have any of that volume up there just yet. That's the latest on your roadways. We'll send it back over to you.
Breaking news now.
Breaking overnight, Richmond police are looking for suspects in an attempted armed robbery on the city's south side.
Yeah, police tell us they initially got a call from for an armed robbery in the 3000 block of Jeff Davis Highway. The victims say 2 men approached them. One pulled out a handgun. Officers responding to the call pursued a vehicle leaving the scene. The suspect car eventually crashed. This happened at the corner of Royal Street and Lynn Haven Avenue. Police pursued the suspects on foot, but were unable to track them down. K-9 units were called in to search at one point, but so far there have been no arrests. If you know anything that can help police this morning, call Crime Stoppers. Well, 5:02 now happening today. We expect to learn more about the evidence behind the decision to drop all charges against UVA student Martise Johnson. It's been about a week since he walked out of that Charlottesville courtroom a free man.
Yeah, a lot of people surprised at these developments. 8 News reporter Evan Armour is following that story this morning. Evan, this is information people have been waiting for months to hear if and why or why not they're going to charge or not charge those ABC agents.
Right, Amanda, it is since that arrest back in March, and today the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney in Charlottesville is giving a presentation about some evidence that should uncover some answers to a lot of questions. Now, you'll remember this case gained widespread attention after Johnson's bloodied arrest by ABC officers outside a Charlottesville pub. It was captured on camera and spread on social media. Now, just last week, we learned Commonwealth's Attorney Dave Chapman decided to drop the charges against the 20-year-old. Those were obstruction of justice without force and public intoxication or swearing. Chapman says he made that move after seeing the results of an investigation into the student's arrest. He also says those same findings do not warrant charges against the ABC officers in question. I'll have more on what's happening right now to those officers coming up in our next half hour. Today's news conference is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, and of course we'll let you know what happens there. Morgan and Amanda?
All right, Evan, thank you. The trial for a former Richmond pastor continues today in Texas.
The prosecution began to present its case against Geronimo Aguilar yesterday, calling one of the alleged victims up to the stand. But before all of that got underway, there had to be a hearing on the subpoena served on our own 8 News investigator Kerry O'Brien by Aguilar's defense team. The judge granted 8 News its motion to quash that subpoena, allowing Kerry to stay in the courtroom and cover the trial.
During Tuesday's testimony, one of the alleged victims told the jury the former Richmond pastor began touching her inappropriately when she was just 11 years old. The alleged victim testified her parents allowed Aguilar, her youth pastor at the time, to live with her family, even share a bedroom with her, and she claims the touching turned to sex when she was just 13.
I was laying in my bed and Geronimo came in and we had sex for the first time.
Aguilar maintains he's innocent, and during opening statements, the defense revealed the former Richmond pastor will testify on his behalf. That trial resumes this morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 8 News investigator Kerry O'Brien is the only Richmond reporter in the courtroom there.
Yeah, coming up during our 6 o'clock hour, Kerry's actually going to join us on the phone. We'll talk about everything that happened yesterday, what's going to happen today as well. We'll stay with 8 News for every development in the case. We'll bring you the latest on air, on social media, and at WRIC.com. Dario?
Well, new this morning, Jesse Matthew Jr. wants a new judge to preside over the Hannah Graham trial. On Tuesday, his attorney filed a motion to recuse Judge Cheryl Higgins from the case. The motion argues Higgins should be removed because her daughter attends UVA. Judge Higgins says her daughter attended a memorial service for Hannah Graham, but says she didn't know if she knew Hannah Graham. Jesse Matthew is charged in Hannah Graham's death. A hearing is scheduled for June 25th in Albemarle County. A trial date has not been set. Morgan?
All right, thank you very much, Dario. Concerned business owners say that they are still unsure about the city's plan to deal with the UCI Road World Championships when they get here later this year. They met with city officials last night to talk about concerns businesses along those bike race routes won't be accessible to the public, causing them to lose money. We also spoke to owners who are worried they won't be able to get daily food deliveries during the weeks of the races. Race organizers say the transportation plan will answer most of those questions. They suggest businesses reschedule deliveries altogether.
It looks like they have a decent plan, but organizing deliveries with these people early morning or later evening, you know, we're one in the haystack. You know, it's hard to say if they'll be able to accommodate those needs.
Richmond 2015, the organizers of the race say they are working on an interactive website that will show users road closures and alternative routes. That should be done by July.
New this morning, the September 11th memorial in Salem will be staying put. The company where the memorial is housed is being foreclosed on, which sparked concerns it could be sold or destroyed. On Tuesday, the auction company in charge of the sale announced the memorial would instead be donated to the city.
It's a reminder every time you drive up Main Street of what happened on September 11th.
The 14,000-pound memorial consists of 2 steel beams from the World Trade Center's wreckage there.
Happening now, there is a new push online to rename Richmond's Thompson Middle School after one of the school's most celebrated teachers there. For most of the 80s, James Vaughn Sr. taught English, drama, and performing arts at Thompson Middle School until his untimely death at 36. Now former students, parents, and teachers are signing an online petition to name the school after Vaughn. His own family had no idea until we showed them the website.
It's kind of amazing. I mean, we're 25 years removed from my father's, death, and the fact that there are still former students that remember him and appreciate what he did for them is truly amazing.
That school's being renamed because it's merging with Elkhart Middle School. Richmond School Board is taking feedback through June 30th, with a final decision expected in mid-July. They make a pretty good case. A teacher still making waves 25 years after his passing. Tim?
All right, switching gears now and talking about severe weather. The remnants of Tropical Storm Bill is dumping rain on parts of Texas, still recovering from deadly flooding just last month. As much as 5 inches of rain is forecast for central Texas. Last month, torrential rains dumped more than 37 trillion gallons of water. Wrap your head around that one on the state, and killed more than a dozen people in those floodwaters there as well. So things are looking very wet over the coming days. Matt, you see radar and satellite here coming up, showing that rain still falling.
A lot of rain out in central Texas. Plus, look at the plume of moisture, Tim, coming off of Corpus Christi up toward Houston. This is going to be a very wet one for sure. Again, it started yesterday. Will continue for a large portion of Texas today. And as Tim said, some places already seeing 5 inches. More could fall today. Just tremendous rains. Back here at home, high thin clouds across the region. Relatively quiet this morning. Kind of happy about that. Got a little area of rain back over towards Cincinnati. That's not coming to us anytime soon. Your temperatures this morning, they're a little steamy. We have 73 in Ashland, the same at Regency Square Mall, 74 in Glen Allen, 76 in Rockville. Again, you step outside, you feel the mugginess in the air. We have 75 downtown, Math Science Innovation Center, and around 70 in Mechanicsville. Those of you watching us down toward Matoaca, 70, 74 Colonial Heights, and we're 74 in Woodlake. Again, a steamy one this morning, another hot and humid day with a high of 92. We will see some scattered storms again this afternoon. They will be few and far between. Not everybody will get them, but if you do, a quick heavy downpour cannot be ruled out. We're back into the mid-90s again tomorrow with a chance of a late-day storm. Mid-90s again on Friday. Saturday, 92, chance of late-day storms. Sunday, Father's Day, partly sunny, 94, chance of late-day storms. Monday, Tuesday, mid-90s. And again, late-day storms are possible. Could we see a break by Wednesday? Maybe a small change in the pattern. Back over to you now.
All right, thanks, Matt. Cleveland Cavaliers guard burst into the national spotlight during the NBA Finals, but this morning, he's grabbing headlines for something he did before he became famous. We'll explain.
And new developments in the Duggars' ongoing sex abuse scandal. We've got to look at Josh Duggar's first post on social media since this all began. Don't forget, all this month, we're celebrating fathers all across Central Virginia with our 8 News Dads of June.
If you'd like to have your dad featured on the air, just submit your photos on our website or our Facebook page. We would love to see them. There's some great smiling faces, dads and daughters and sons this morning. So submit those, and we'll be right back with another check on your forecast. Time now, 5:11.
Right now at Pence Nissan, get up to 25% off MSRP on every new Nissan in stock. That's right, up to 25% off every new Nissan, only at Pence Nissan. Pence Nissan.
Pay less at Pence. Want to take your shows everywhere you go this summer? Now you can with Xfinity from Comcast. Now through June 21st, get the X1 Triple Play for only $89.99 a month for 2 full years. Plus, get X1 DVR service free for a year. Only Xfinity offers the cloud-based X1 DVR. Download and watch or stream your recordings from anywhere. There's never been a better time to get the X1 Triple Play for only $89.99 a month for 2 full years. Plus, get X1 DVR service free for a year. Or ask how to get $500 back. Hurry, offer ends June 21st, so call or go online today.
This summer, get ready for suspense. Unbridled jealousy.
She's still there.
New beginnings.
Goodbye.
And sheer exhilaration.
Lock and load.
Roger.
It's the event you don't want to miss. It's the Summer of Audi sales event. Get exceptional offers on the Audi you've always wanted now during the Summer of Audi sales event.
I could see the weather closing in around us, and that's when I really knew we were in trouble. I told the girls, I'm sorry, I don't think we're going to make it.
When he said that, I very much closed my eyes and I just said, God, I am not ready to go yet. Please protect me and my family.
I pulled the nose back as abruptly as I could, and then we smacked belly first into the next mountainside, and the whole world went kind of black for us.
On the 700 Club, Wednesday.
The Volkswagen Passat Limited Edition. Dollar for dollar, it's an amazing value. Let's add up the worth of its standard features, like a rear-view camera, keyless access, heated front seats, and more. But what really tips the scales is that you get all this value for this surprisingly low price. That's $1,200 in savings. I usually hate being on scales, but this is nice.
Hurry in and you can get 0% APR plus a $750 Volkswagen credit bonus on a 2015 Passat LE.
Yes!
And let's get something to eat, bud.
A commercial, which means there's no better time to get a snack. But some families don't have a fridge full of food, and it's easy to help. Every time you buy groceries, you can help feed the hungry in your community. Who says snacking has to be bad for you? I say it feels pretty good.
Life's better with the Lion. Help Food Lion Feeds fight hunger in your community. Purchase a reusable bag, and Food Lion will donate 5 meals to local food banks.
Right now at Pence Nissan, get up to 25% off MSRP on every new Nissan in stock. That's right, up to 25% off every new Nissan, only at Pence Nissan. Pence Nissan.
Pay less at Pence.
8 News Storm Tracker Weather is sponsored by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where you never pay more than your deductible. 8 News Storm Tracker Weather first.
We're back now at 5:14 with your Storm Tracker weather first. Another warm day on tap for us. 92 degrees is the high. Record high is 99, so we probably won't get there, but going to be another steamy day. Matt will have a full check on the forecast in just a moment. Morgan?
This morning, the death toll from that deadly balcony collapse near the UC Berkeley campus stands at 6. 7 others were seriously hurt when that balcony collapsed. Students were gathered for a 21st birthday party when the balcony gave way Monday night. Many of the victims were visiting from Ireland. Authorities say the weight limit on the balcony was 3,000 pounds, and the students would have to weigh about 230 pounds each to reach that. Experts are now instead looking into the construction of the balcony because it wasn't even 10 years old. You can see it hanging there. They say dry rot may have weakened the wooden joints if they weren't properly sealed. Amanda?
Developing now, Amtrak is testing positive train control on the tracks in D.C., a response to that deadly derailment in Philadelphia. The technology can slow or stop a train automatically. Speed was a factor in last month's deadly derailment in Philly. That train was going more than 100 miles an hour when it hit a curve and derailed, killing 8 and injuring more than 200.
5:15 now, almost 5:16. Josh Duggar is back in the news this morning. He made his first social media appearance since the child molestation scandal. He posted a picture on Twitter and Instagram Monday wishing his 4-year-old son happy birthday. Back in May, Josh Duggar's father, Jim Bob Duggar, told In Touch magazine he waited more than a year to tell police about his son's alleged behavior. The family show 19 Kids and Counting has been taken off TLC's schedule since that scandal broke. Darielle?
Morgan, with another hot day on tap, it's important to remember that the heat is no joke if you have to be outside. We rode along with the Richmond Ambulance Authority as temperatures approached 100 degrees yesterday. They say it is important to recognize the symptoms of heat-related illnesses.
If you start having heat exhaustion, you're going to feel nauseous. If you get to the point where you stop sweating and you're outside and you should be sweating, you're in an emergent condition and need to seek treatment.
One thing that you can do to beat the heat is simply adjust your schedule. If you want to be outside to exercise or do yard work, do it in the early morning or later in the evening to avoid the hottest part of the day. And as we all know, guys, it was super hot yesterday. I was outside by the pool and I was still hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure yesterday there was a part of the day that wasn't the hottest part of the day. Even when we came in, it was so sticky and in the 80s yesterday morning, long before dawn. And then I guess briefly when the rains came through, but I don't think it offered much relief to it.
It dropped the temperature a touch from those if you did get some of those showers last night, but the humidity stayed way up. And yesterday we hit 99, now making it the third day so far for 2015 of 95 or better. Again, we've had 12 days of 90 or better. So again, a very hot early season so far, and the next 8 days we look to be in the 90s, so we're going to continue to add to those numbers. Remember, 41 days is the average for days of 90 or better here in Central Virginia. Each and every afternoon we're still going to run that risk of some scattered storms. High humidity, yeah, that's going to be the story as well. 74 Glen Allen, 73 at Ashland, 70 Mechanicsville. We're in the low 70s for Short Pump in Montpelier this morning. 74 in Woodlake, out to the Richmond Zoo, 70. Over in Ford, we're looking at 70 degrees right now. And as we slide back to Colonial Heights, you're looking at 74, and Matoaka right around 70. The satellite picture, pretty quiet. Some high, thin clouds are streaming on in, way out ahead of this rain back towards Cincinnati and St. Louis. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting that rain anytime soon. And then you look back toward portions of Texas, and there is the remnants of Tropical Storm Bill, providing tremendous rains for areas that don't need it at all. 77 at 8 o'clock this morning, mainly sunny. We're looking at temperatures into the low 90s today, like 92 by 4 p.m. But notice I bring in the chance of storms. Take a quick look at Futurecast. Again, the risk there afternoon of a few isolated or scattered storms. Some of you will get them, some of you will not. Again, a quick heavy downpour cannot be ruled out. As I mentioned, 90s are the rule. Here's the 8-day forecast. 95 tomorrow. 96 on Friday. This weekend, we're looking at low to mid-90s as well. Chance of late-day storms. Let's go over to Tim now.
All right, good morning, man. Let's head outside. A few traffic alerts for you as you start off this Wednesday, all involving some road work going on in the early morning hours. First here is on Route 1, north of Parham Road in Henrico County, south of 295. We have 2 lanes closed in either direction, both north and southbound, due to maintenance work until 6 o'clock. Also further south into Chesterfield County on 288, 2 separate work zones. The first is the ramp from Powhite Parkway onto 288 and the left lane being closed for some paving operations until 7 o'clock. And then also 288 southbound south of Hull Street Road, right lane closed there for paving, also wrapping up in about 45 minutes from now, around 6 o'clock. I-95 here out at Lombardi, we see plenty of activity out there as we get closer to 5:30, but no major incidents at all. Things are still pretty quiet on the interstates. One other stop here is going to take us over to I-95 at Franklin Street near the Monroe Building, north-southbound. Nice shot here showing the nice